And welcome everyone to our weekly coaching call that happens every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's like 6 p.m. Central Time. And as you guys can see, we have our featured co host for this week. We'll be having another session with our very own co mentee, the man that needs no introduction, Jason Mola Booty.
Yes,
Is that
yes.
how you pronounce your last name, Jason?
That is so an easy way to remember that is first you get the moolah, then you get the booty. When I was younger, I tried it the other way around, and it does not work good. So trust me, you guys. Okay.
Got it. All right. Well, yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Jason, for those of you that's going to be watching the replay of this session and for those that are not familiar with who Jason is.
Sure. So my name is Jason Malabute. I started my career as a CPA back in 2015, transitioned to real estate first by studying real estate in 2018. And then 2019, I started buying properties in Indianapolis, Indiana, scaled up my portfolio of single family rentals. 2020, I decided that I want to transition from single family to multi-family. And that's when I started to work closely with my mentor, Sterling White, close to 10 years of experience, um, close to 500 units in the multi-family space. And then 2021, that's when I really made a bet on myself. I sold all my single family homes and I quit my accounting job so that I can focus 100% on the multi-family side. Since then, I'm focusing on the Indianapolis and the Kansas City markets, looking at 8 to 50, that's 50 units. And I am also a chapter leader of the Multi-Family Masters Group here in Los Angeles, California.
That's awesome. And what I really like about the topic that we have for this week is that this is so when people ask about how do you raise capital, the problem with finding deals is finding financing and so on and so forth. Like the number one or the most common reason why most people fail with capital raising is because of this exact topic that we're going to be talking about this week. But I want to do a shout out to Mike. Welcome to our coaching call, Mike. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started, Jason. Tell us about the topic that we have for this week.
So for this week, you guys, we're going to talk about the importance of networking and also tips and strategies for building your network. Because I don't know if you guys could see my bracelets, but a famous saying that Grant Cardone always says is who who has my money, and that means what that means to you as a real estate investor is to determine who has the capital to invest in your deals. How are you going to get in front of those individuals? And then how are you going to build enough credibility for them to actually invest their hard-earned money into your deals.
Absolutely. There's a saying that actually reminds me of that. If you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. Something along those lines,
Yes,
right?
yes. And that's very true, especially in my own case, because growing up, I grew up with a big uh, trust issues. But what I've learned in the last year is that in this business, if you try to do it alone, you will crash and burn quickly. Okay, you guys. So this is me. When I was a kid, 5th grade, I had a blue helmet, a walker. I grew up with cerebral palsy, and as you guys could probably think, um, I was not the most confident person growing up. Super shy. Okay, I did not feel comfortable talking to random strangers. So this is something that I had to cultivate in the last couple of years. I would say I started to really work on my social skills back in 2012. And that transitioned into the real estate business once I got into that in 2018, 2019.
So how old are you on that photo?
I was in kindergarten,
6 or 7, something like that?
probably like 5.
Oh, okay. And you got that helmet on?
Yes, yes, because I had to wear a helmet when I was younger be, because I didn't have good balance. So to protect my head whenever I fell, that's why they made me wear a helmet.
Got it. Okay.
Mhm. Okay, so you got networking is an investment in your business. So whenever you are going to conferences, people who are not in real estate, I hear this a lot from my
Hmm.
from people around me is that why are you spending so much money on like mentorships and seminars? Because they see it as a waste of money that you're just making somebody rich. But what they don't understand is actually you are building a brand, and not only are you building a brand, but you are learning from more experienced operators, and then you are able to leverage their knowledge, their experience, and their brand to boost you up. So, for example, if I never signed up for Sterling's mentorship course, I would not be this sophisticated as an investor, and I would not have the connections that I have in the real estate industry. And
Absolutely.
that's
Leverage.
yes.
Yeah, I was just gonna add, so not just leveraging the experience, the years of hard work of refining the process and systems in place, but also leveraging their connections too.
Yes, because you got to remember in this business, it's not only about who you know, but rather who knows you, which is even more important. Okay, So what does networking solve? What kind of problems does it solve? Mostly there's a few spots or problems that it solves. One is you are looking for investors, and before I continue, let me say, um, just in case that my friends at the SEC is watching, this is not a public solicitation. This is just for educational purposes only. Okay, so you are looking for investors in your deals. Also, if you're getting 1 million, 2 million, $10 million loans, you're definitely going to need a key principal or a sponsor for you to get approved for those loans, because no bank, no lender is going to give somebody who's new in the industry that amount of money right after that. So you need a KP, you need a sponsor, and you need lenders. And you meet lenders from other operators, for example, Sterling or other operators as well. And then you find key principles when you go to those seminars. Sometimes you'll also find them on Facebook groups, but you still have to call them. You still have to build a rapport with them, because nobody is going to sign off on a million dollars worth of loans if they don't know you. So, for example, me, I became a chapter leader of Multifamily Masters. They see how much value me and my partner Dexter is adding to Multifamily Masters. Um, and then I had a conversation with the founder of Multifamily Masters yesterday, who invests in the same markets as I do. And he said that he is open to being a sponsor or a key principal for me on my deal, since he knows me and that we invest in the same markets. So once again, you guys, it's about who you know and also who knows you back, right? Okay,
Exactly.
and
And
then
also who trusts you and
exactly,
who likes you. Hopefully they like you too.
yes.
And yeah, shout out to Dex who's also in this call. And we also have you Deep that's just coming in. Jason, I just want to hone in on, so what do you mean by key principles?
So so a key principal is somebody who's signing off on the loan. A person
Got
who's actually signing off on the mortgage, because if you don't have the net worth, the experience, the liquidity, then you cannot sign off on a multi-family loan.
Absolutely. And that's a very important point right there. Because when people most of the time worried about raising capital and again finding financing for larger multifamily properties, or not just multifamily, let's just say large that needs large capital, that's one of the very first, hurdles. But this is one of the quickest, not the quickest, but the best way to actually solve that problem is to build your connections, build your network, and leverage other people's money, other people's experience to be able to answer the question, who's got my money? So
Yeah.
key principles, general partners, limited partners, and sponsors to partner with you on your deals.
Yes. Yes. And then thank you for bringing that up, Faye. And that is another piece of the puzzle that you need to solve when you are networking. You need to find a partner, which is something that I'm still looking for, is a partner. And that's something that somebody that you need to vet hard, because you need to know that they are a good fit for you, because you guys are going to be working together for at least the next 3 to 10 years. So you better make sure that you guys complement each other, right?
So I'm curious, just a side note, Jason. So how did you and Dex actually got together to get started on the multifamily masters?
Yeah. So when I first signed up to become a chapter leader, the head of multifamily masters told me that I need to get a partner, because because that's a lot of heavy lifting if I try to do everything by myself. So so I would so I thought that, Dexter would be the best candidate, because not only is he in real estate, but he's in Los Angeles as well. And also, I know that he is very hungry as well for him to expand his brand. So that's one way of me adding value to Dexter, and at the same time, Dexter adding value back to me by carrying some of the workload as well.
Absolutely. And Dex is more than way qualified for
Mhm.
it, I guess. So I think Udeep is raising his hand. Hey,
Sure.
Udeep, how are you?
Hey guys, I'm driving. Uh, but I just had a quick question. What does KP mean? Key partners?
You want
No,
to take on that?
yes. So KP stands for key principle. And that
Key
is a
principal?
person, yeah, key principle. And
Okay.
that is a person who signed off on the mortgage loan.
So one of the just to add to what Jason has mentioned is one of the use case scenarios for key principles is say um, I have a kid that wants to apply for a loan to purchase something and he or she's not yet qualified for a loan. I can sign the loan for him as a key principal.
Yes.
Hope that helps.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thanks, Deep. It's great to see you.
Great to see you guys too. And Mr. Malibu doing honor. Thank you very much, man.
I got you. Okay. All right, you guys. So how so how can we solve these issues? Right? What are some strategies that we can implement so that we can get our brand out there, and that we can fill in the key puzzle pieces in our business? So the first one is going to conferences, right? And something that I learned from Sterling is that when you are going to conferences, you should have in mind, who do you want to meet at the conference? What are some questions that you want answered at the conference? And whenever I go to conferences, I've been to 3, I have made it a point to always meet the head person at the conference, that they know my name. I met Grant Cardone, I met David Tupin, I met Brandon Turner, and also these conferences, you guys, are not cheap. You're going to be spending thousands of dollars to go. So with that said, you guys, this is not the time to be reserved and stay quiet. No, I'm gonna get every cent that I paid back at those conferences, and I'm gonna ask every single question that comes in mind. Right?
But also note that with these conferences that you're investing in, you can see the differences with the types of caliber that the people will
Yeah.
be encountering. They do have just a total different mindsets,
Yeah.
and you guys can attest to that. So conferences and meetups. So way before Jason, were you already convinced that you wanted to invest on these types of
No,
meetups?
no, because when you grow up in the middle class, people are going to tell you that those conferences and seminars are nothing but scams, that they're just trying to take your money, and that you are just making the main conference head rich, and and uh, mm, and I knew that that was not true because of the saying that you are the people that you surround yourself with, right? Uh, Your net worth is your network. So, meaning that if you could continue to surround yourself with the same people that you have grown up with, then you cannot expect to get different results. So, so that's why you should always be reaching up and meeting new people. And the easiest way to do this is at conferences.
Because you're already there.
Exactly.
And to Jason's point, the number one rule for that to succeed in these types of conferences is to always come with intentions.
No.
So what is your main goal while you attend conferences? Who do you want to meet? What questions you want answered? So yeah, just being prepared and not just come there to just come there.
Yes. And also, as a side note, you guys, like when you go to conferences, you guys have to be serious. Like uh, I've been to conferences and like I see people who are not serious to go there. I see them over there, um, flirting with girls, stuff like that, and I'm just thinking to myself, you are not maximizing your opportunities. You are just basically wasting time and money. Okay. Uh,
So do you
I,
bring like your calling cards? Do you like give it out to everyone that you come across during conferences?
so so in 2022, I believe that connecting on social media is more powerful than business cards because whenever I get a business card, I just take the phone number and then I just throw it away. So I think that's kind of outdated now.
Absolutely. And that's a great point because that is a form of follow-up. So once you have met these people, get their contact information, get connected in social media, and then you continue building relationships in there.
Yes. Okay. And then moving along, guys, another thing that you could do for you to strengthen your brand and relationship with people is by wanting to being on a podcast, because you'll be surprised how many people watch your podcast interview. For example, I was talking to another investor yesterday, and I was telling her about myself, and then she stopped me halfway, and then she said, "Oh, I already know that because I watched your interviews." So that's why you guys, if you guys have an opportunity to be on podcast, you should definitely take advantage of that. Okay.
Absolutely. And if you guys are ready for it, well, we'll make you ready for it. Just simply reach out to myself and I'll get you connected with podcast hosts that are out there that has a niche in terms of entrepreneurship and real estate.
Yes. And then another thing that you guys need to do is you guys need to post frequently and often on social media, because in today's society, people will judge you on your social media. So might as well give them material to judge you and positively positively on. I'm sorry, you guys, I cannot talk today. All right, for example, right back in 2016, before I got into real estate, 16, 15, 14, 13, Snapchat was the most popular thing, and I was posting a bunch of crazy stuff on Snapchat, and that image of you transitions into real life. But what I noticed is that starting in 2020, I started to change my image on social media, and then people take me more seriously in real life. So that means you guys stop posting news, stop posting, negativity on social media, and make your post very concise on the message that you want to be known for. So if it's real estate, then have it focus on real estate, but also give them a peek at your personal life too, because people want to know you as a person, not just as an investor. Okay. Then another thing that I do, you guys, is I post blogs, which I need to do more often. And then another thing that I do is I do a monthly newsletter to all my potential investors and also key principles, so that they can stay connected with me and what's going on with me. Okay.
Got it. So I do have a question for that, Jason. We've seen your micro blogs on Bigger Pockets and your posts on social media. Do you follow like a specific schedule or frequency
No,
of?
no, just whenever I think of something, then I'll just post it. I just try to post at least, once a day, or maybe like at least 4 to 5 times a week at the minimum.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay, then another strategy that you guys could do, which me and Dexter has already implemented, is becoming a meetup leader or head. And what this does is this makes you an authority figure in real estate, and people will look up to you and they will want to take your advice when it comes to real estate investing. Okay.
Absolutely. I just wanted to add something to that. So if, when most people would say, I don't have enough experience yet, one of my mentors told me, hey Faye, do you believe you know a little bit, just a little bit more than average person about this space? And if your answer to that question is a yes, then you should start pushing for it. And the more that you actually push value to other people, the more you're actually gaining about knowledge. You're building your knowledge too, and also just really providing value and in return. You know how it works.
Yes. Thank you for that feedback. Okay.
I know this guy on this photo.
I know. That is my very handsome friend Raphael. Okay. So you guys, how do you implement all these solutions, right? So that you could actually network more effectively at these events. So as mentioned before, ask every question that you have in mind at the seminar. Actually, you guys, when I go to seminars, I make sure that I sit all the way in the front of the room so that I could ask every single question and that people can remember my face, which is a complete opposite strategy that I used to have when I was in high school and college. Right? So
you don't
okay.
sit in front when you were in college or when you were in high school?
No, I was sitting all the way in the back and I didn't want anybody to bother me.
Hopefully not sleeping, right?
Uh, no comment. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys. And then, as previously mentioned, you guys make sure that you get everybody at the conference to get connected with you on social media. And remember, you guys, take this opportunity seriously, okay? You are not there to BS around. This is a great opportunity for you guys to make connections with other people who are in the industry and for you to spread your brand. All right.
Mhm.
And then another thing that we already covered is that post on social media often. Okay. I would say that that's the difference between a business account and their personal account is that when you are posting in your business account, then you don't really care about how many likes you get. You don't care about how many comments you get. You what you care about is that you are posting regularly and often. And the reason for this is because there's so much distractions in today's world, especially in social media. There's always negative news about this thing happened, this tragedy happened here, sports, economy, crimes. So you have to compete with that on top of other investors as well. So that you stay top of mind with all your partners and also all your potential investors as well. And then another thing, you guys, that I started to implement just recently is I will call people on a monthly basis because put yourself in people's shoes, you guys. Uh, if you have 20, 50, $100,000, then you are not likely to invest with somebody who you've only talked to once, right? You are more likely to actually invest with somebody that you have a connection with. So that's why I reach out to my potential investors on a monthly basis just to check up on them, what's going on in their lives, and also give them an update on what's going on with me as well, and and deals that we are looking at. Okay.
And that's also a great, I would say, great way of keeping or checking with the temperature, if you know
Yes.
what I mean, to make an assessment whether or not how many people in your circle or in your list of investors would still be going in or coming in to your next deal, because things change, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. And on social media, just one more point on that. Jason mentioned about not getting likes and not getting comments. It doesn't matter so long as you post something in there. The mindset for that is you're not posting for likes or comments, or not, you know, not even for views. You're actually building the story that you're having or that you are creating for yourself. So when you go to these conferences, and this is part of the proper preparation, or when you started raising capital, or raising money for your deals, someone would actually would look you up on social media and type in, say, Mike Lucas. What does he have going on in here, right? And
Mm.
they can look at everything that you've posted historically and, you know, make an assumption or probably have a perception of who you are and what you do.
Mhm. Okay. So results is the and lessons is just like what I said before, you guys, is one of the biggest key puzzle pieces is the key principle or sponsor. And that is one piece that you should always be looking for and staying connected with. And that's why I'm always building my list of key principles so that once a deal does come along, then I'm more confident that we could actually close on the deal. Uh, and then another thing is, as mentioned before, you are raising capital well before you even fund a deal because you don't want to wait last minute to try and raise money, because if you try to raise money last minute, you are going to fail because people don't like to give people who need money, right? So that's why you need to build that connection beforehand so that there's an understanding that once a deal does come along, they are ready to invest with you. Okay. All right. And then another thing, you guys, is you guys are learning from more experienced investors. When I was at the 10X conference, I learned so much talking to Grant Cardone. He actually gave me a standing ovation. I learned so much from his assistant, Jared, talking to him. I learned a lot from Brandon Turner, Matt Faircloth when I went to the Bigger Pockets conference. I met David Tupin when I went to his seminar in January. So you're able to leverage the people who are mega successful and who are more experienced than you, and you can learn from their success and their failures as well, so that you don't have to go through them, hopefully yourself.
Absolutely. So when are we going to see you and Dex on the BP stage?
I actually feel that is one of the goals that I write every single morning, and at night is that I am interviewed on the Bigger Pockets podcast. So I know that's going to be coming sooner than later.
I can sense that. I can totally sense it. Okay. And
Yeah,
what's the last one that we have in here?
yes, and that is the end of my presentation, you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. And if you guys want to learn more about me, you guys can go to www.jasonmalabuti.com. You guys can see my blogs, my interviews, sample deals there. So everything is there, you guys. You guys can book a call with me, okay? And let's go ahead and open it up to any questions if anybody has any questions.
Questions or anything you wanted to share? And so, who among these people are actually good, the most good-looking one? Probably have a vote on that.
I would have to go with either Raphael Sterling or Jared.
Oh, okay. So, well, look, I'm gonna vote for you because you're the one that's in here. So if Sterling's gonna be rewatching this, and Raphael and Jared, they'll probably be a little upset about it. But anyway, so Dex, how did you actually came across Jason to partner up with the Multifamily Masters?
Like you said, by me being in the LA area and also grinding, hungry as much as he is, he reached out to me. And like you say, this is an opportunity for us to grow our net worth and continue showing that we are knowledgeable in the real estate multifamily space.
Yeah. So are you guys still accepting members, applicants, or are you still open for additional member of your team?
I'm not
LA
for sure.
chapter?
I'm not for sure of that. I know it's just two of us for now, but also you can find the link on meetup.com and also on our social media pages. Me at D Harris Group on Instagram and Jason Malabute. Got to get the moolah before you get the booty on his Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Any questions, you guys? I think Udip, is that another raise of hand? Oh, he's driving. Oh, there you hit.
Did you say you deep?
Yes.
Oh well, I didn't raise my hand, but I don't have any like specific questions. Just how is Jason Malibu doing?
I am staying busy. I am looking at a 54 unit building out in Kansas City, Missouri. So I am finishing the underwriting right now, seeing if it actually makes sense so that I could reach back out to the broker right after this call.
Oh, that's awesome. Would like to see how it goes, and would love to see, how the numbers has been, how the numbers look like, and
Sure.
you can probably do another session on that.
Right on. Jason, so a question for you. What limiting beliefs do you have or you let go to continue pushing forward to become a multifamily investor?
Yeah, so I always tell this story, right? That growing up, I had a limiting belief that people could not understand me, especially when I'm talking on the phone. And when I decided to take massive actions and actually start talking to people on the phone, I found that they understand me just perfectly. And for the one or two people who really do have a hard time understanding me, then all I have to do is slow down my talking, take a deep breath, and over articulate my words, and I'm fine. Actually, me and my team member, Jess, she's the one who's always making the calls for me. We always have a ongoing joke. She always says, how come when she is talking to the owners, they're always rude to her, but when I talk to the owners, they're always happy to answer all my questions, and they're always laughing and having a good time talking with me. So we always laugh about that kind of stuff.
It's so adorable. Yeah, and I can still, but on a side note, I can still vividly remember when we were having a conversation a couple of years ago. It's a one-on-one call with, during one of our counterpart calls with me and Jason. And we were already on the part where um he doesn't have a teammate yet. Remember that, Jason? And we were talking about the calling part and doing the outreach for potential sellers. And he said, I don't think I can do that call. I don't think I can do call and say people wouldn't understand me. And I told him, you know what, Jason, I can just perfectly understand you. And we were talking here for minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess that's a very good point. It's not, it's us. It's only us to actually put the limits to ourselves.
Mhm.
All right. One more quick question.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to us to get over that fear of limited belief?
One thing that I do is I always record myself practicing talking to a decision maker, and I am listening to myself. Am I talking slowly? Am I properly breathing? Am I articulating my words? And by me practicing that every single day, that is how I got over that limiting belief.
All right. Thank you, Jason, for answering my questions. I'm complete.
Great
Sure.
questions. Thanks. Yes, Mike, you raised your hand.
Yeah, so this question is not only for Jason, but whoever has an input. Like, what do you guys do on a regular day? Do you like, how many properties do you guys comp, or like just what do you guys do on a normal day? I feel like I'm so overwhelmed with all the information. I don't know how to just how to get the ball rolling.
I'll go first real quick. For me, I struggle with underwriting. So I make sure I underwrite at least 2 or 3 deals per day to get stronger in it. And then I'll reach out to a mentor to see what I missed and how can I improve? Because underwriting is a science, and it's a muscle that you have to continue training to get stronger at. So most definitely for me, the areas that I'm struggling in, I'll focus on that daily. All right, I'm complete.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah. My daily schedule is I will wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I will do my miracle morning routine just to get my mindset right. And then I will have a meeting with my team so that she can start making calls and I'm reaching out to owners. And then while she is doing that, after I come back from the gym, I will actually be reaching out to brokers as well. And if I'm not doing that, I'm talking to potential investors. I'm talking to property managers, to brokers, seeing what is going on with the interest rates. Yeah, so I'm always building connections, and most importantly, I'm always looking at deals every single day.
Nice.
Thank you.
Any input, additional input from you, Steve?
Yeah, Michael, I guess in my sense, and I have no shame, I'm not ashamed, I have no shame in saying that I might be the person that's putting the least amount of effort in looking at anything. But I guess what you were trying to do is kind of like compare what other people do. And I, this just me being me, I guess it would be really helpful for anybody to do what's comfortable for you. Like, one deal a day, or not look at all. Maybe me just looking at Instagram accounts of, real estate investors and just reading through quotes and just doing that. And I get on it every now and then. Not PropStream. See, I even Reonomy, and I look at a couple of apartments and I bookmark it, and then maybe it's my excuse, but I have like a lot of things going on, and I'm working on it, but I'm still bad on allocation, like time allocation or time boxing is what Faye told me. So, because life happens, right? You come back from work, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever, and then you want to sit down for 10 minutes and 10 minutes turn to 2 hours. So be comfortable in what you're doing, and just, maybe if you do one review of your deal, I think be content with that. And I'm actually happy because I was actually thinking today of canceling this mentorship, but then I thought to myself, and I think I've said to myself and others here, that because of this, I'm connecting with people that have the similar goal in real estate, and on top of that, I am getting the free access to Reonomy. And on top of that, I get to hang out with awesome people like Faye, Jason, Mr. D Money over there, and Michael. So just even though it's small, and the amount of money paying, I'm still networking with everybody. And then whenever Faye or anybody else sends a message in Slack, I do open up, and that actually reminds me of the goal that I have in mind. Even though I'm not doing it every day, it's still in the back of my head. So I guess do what's comfortable for you is what I was trying to say.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Is to never compare your journey to someone else's. I think that's what UDeep is pointing out, and as well as just trust the process. And based on our conversation, Michael, you're good. You're just being hard on yourself. Come on. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get that first deal. Okay. Well,
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you everyone.
Yes, UDeep.
Jason, you gotta go. Jason,
Yes.
we have to leave, or can you answer my question?
Yeah, sure, man. For you,
Man, I
I'll-
knew you were gonna say that.
I'll answer any question. I got you, man.
All right. How did you come across this deal? Was it off market or Reonomy, or what was the source?
This was through a broker, so something that I'm experimenting with recently is I am the minimum. So meaning I would love to have 10 or more sending me deals on top of just who is making the calls and sending emails for me,
Right.
right? Because when Grant Cardone says 10x, that means that you have to put in 10 times the necessary work for you to get the results that you want to get.
For sure.
This book right here.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
This
it's the
book-
first time I see that book.
Yeah.
Oh, really? This book right
Yeah.
here, his, I think, I don't know what chapter, but he actually says, I know, we should use off market, Reonomy, whatever. He always says, always use a broker and don't be greedy of the, whatever commission they make. Because once you get a good broker's link, he will work for you to make it, make your deal work.
Mhm.
So, it's in here somewhere. And I know a lot of people. Oh yeah, right here. I actually got it. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but not using a broker.
Mm. I would say you should take that with a grain of salt, meaning like yes, once you get to the 100 units, 200 units, 300 units, then yes, you're going to have to build relationships with brokers. However, when you're still on the smaller properties, meaning anything that's less than 100 units, then I would say that it's very worth your while to go ahead and go direct to owner as well.
Oh, I didn't realize that raise has hand keeps raising it until I lower it.
Mm,
I guess I never asked question before. But yeah, man, what you said is also true. When you move to higher up units, definitely makes sense to use the broker. But yeah, just like I said, whatever, a weapon you have in your arsenal, just
Mhm.
use them all, cold call. But using a broker always opens like other
Door.
gate of
Yeah.
deal like coming in, right?
Yes.
Because once they know that you can close, they will bring you more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's correct.
So it's worth A/B testing and see which one is actually um, more effective for you,
Yeah.
and also which is more fit for you and what you do. Now, if you're doing this full time, you have a team involved, it's going to be helping you with the outreach for sure. The better way would be the direct owner. But if you're someone who's trying to do it all by yourself, you know, I think yeah, it is worthy to actually have to get some help from brokers or agents until you're ready to actually build your own. All right. Any other additional questions, comments, concerns? You wanna close it off, Jason?
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Just like what uh, Jay-Z said, you guys could be anywhere, but you are here with me. Okay, you guys. So I look forward to connecting with you guys in person once again. You guys can learn more about me at www.jasonmalabute.com. See you
Thank you.
guys.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. And hopefully on the upcoming accountability, country calls, we'll have you deep do a presentation as well as mine, right?
Okay.
We'll be looking forward to that and let's work on it. Have a great one, guys. Good night, and we'll
Right.
see you again
Bye.
next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.